Hi, hi. It's Dr. Beverly Wixon, and this is Happy Minds, Healthy Lives. And I gotta tell you, I was just talking to my coach, and she made the comment about us creating the lives, creating our reality. And I was like, yeah, most of what I'm living, most of my current reality, I know I created, but nah, not all of it. That's what I'm thinking. And the more she talked, the more I went, I did everything, everything about my current life I created. Now, I will tell you, I have been going through a lot. I have to start getting up earlier. I have to start going to bed earlier. I really need to do that because I will stay up till 12, 1 o'clock and then sleep till 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Because then I don't go to sleep for the first couple of hours after I even go to bed. I just toss and turn, usually thinking I should have gone to bed earlier. These kinds of things. And I started to realize the last few years of my teaching, I was like, I cannot wait until I'm finished teaching. I can stay up as late as I want without grading papers. I can sleep as late as I want. No alarm. I retired on a Thursday, because Friday was February 1st. I retired at the end of January. I didn't set my alarm that day, and I wasn't phased by the fact that I wasn't going to work. Most days, I don't set an alarm. Recently, I've been telling SIRI to set my alarm, but then I don't get up to it. I tell it, turn it off. You know? So so I did that. I stay up as late as I want. I sleep as late as I want. I live. I live in jeans and t-shirts, which was my other thing. I was so excited that whenever I got into teaching, I could wear jeans every day. Every day. Because there were some schools where I worked throughout my career, there were some schools we could wear them every Friday. Some schools we could wear them on Fridays on the condition that we wore a college t-shirt to go with it. Some schools we couldn't wear them, period, except on special occasions when we had to like pay $1 to something to do it. Then other times, other schools, it was only like on spirit days and all kinds of different things. So I was like, I was so ready to be able to live in my jeans and t-shirts because I love denim. I absolutely love denim. And I wear jeans all the time. The only time I'm not wearing my jeans is like late at night when I've kind of relaxed into sweatpants or something like that. Hi, Lisa. So, I mean, I created all this. I created the reality of having lots of quiet time, not grading papers, not having to, do all these weird things at night, not having to talk to anybody because I was so, and so it's like, wow, I created that too. I wanted to be able to spend more time with my mom. I love my mom. She's one of my best friends. And, our Jean's awesome. Love Jean's. My mom I've always adored my mother. All my friends adored my mother, when I was younger. And sometimes at that time, when I was in my teen years, I was like, why? But as I got older, I realized she's really cool. And I like my mom, and I really want to be able to spend time with her. Well, my dad passed in 2020, and I spend almost every afternoon with my mom. I'm there 2 to 3 hours a day, almost every day. So we do have that. So I created that. She'll be 91 in January. How awesome is that? I mean, it's awesome, and she's healthy, which is absolutely wonderful. So I created all that, and there were times now that I would think, I have to go over there. I've got to go spend a couple hours with her. If I don't, she's going to end up cleaning the whole house in one day, which she sometimes does. She cleaned it this week in 2 days. She's gotten to where she'll take half the house one day, half the other. She has a housekeeper who comes once a month, but the housekeeper was sick, so she did the whole thing. And of course, then today she woke up not feeling well. Hello, you just cleaned a 4-bedroom, formal dining room, formal living room, house. You just did that in 2 days. You're 91. Like I said, she'll be 91 in 2.5 weeks. So, but she doesn't, she's like, I can do this. And she goes, well, you get to a point that you just had a little bit more. I'm like, yes, but you have to stop. Hey, Siri, turn off. Sorry, I had to turn Siri off. Or at least I told her, take a day in between. Anyway, I digress. I created that, being able to spend all this extra time with her, even though sometimes it frustrates me. And this is why when we first started talking about it, I was like, no, I didn't create this. I didn't create having to go over to my mother's every day. And I don't have to. I get to. I really do get to, because like I said, I know a lot of people. I'm the only one of my mother's nieces and nephews. There were 9 of them. I'm the only one left with a parent. My brother and I. And then on my dad's side, there were 7 siblings, and only 2 families have either parent left. So I know I'm blessed, and I created that by saying I wanted to be able to spend more time with her as an adult, to be, to become really friends. So I created all that. I also created this weird cat that hides and doesn't let me cuddle, because I grew up with dogs. I had a dog. Before this cat, I had another cat. In fact, I had the 2 cats together. But the older cat came into my life when I had a dog. And I can remember thinking, whenever I had the dogs, I have to take them to the vet. I have to take them to the kennel. I'm going out of town. I have to take the dogs to the kennel. So I was like, there would be times, when I'd lose one animal, I'd say I'm never having another dog because I don't want to have to take him to the kennel. I don't want to have to deal with all this. So I ended up with a dog and a stray cat. And when the dog passed, I didn't have to take the cat to the kennel because he was perfectly capable of taking care of himself. You know how cats are. And when that cat passed, this cat, who, when he was a kitten, up until a few years ago, he would go into spaz attacks, panic attacks on the way to the vet. So I couldn't take him to the kennel. And now, since my dad has passed, if I do go out of town for a long term, I can take him to my mother's. Or I have a neighbor who will feed him, which I think he prefers, because, that way he gets fed and he doesn't have to deal with a human being, because he doesn't like people. Not at all. So I created that by saying, I'm so tired of having to deal with taking the animal to the kennel and getting all this stuff together and spending all the money for the kennel. I also, created my reality of having a car I love, having furniture that I love, having my Disney stuff out. I got chipmunks and Tinkerbells everywhere, all over the place. I created the reality of having plenty of money to take care of myself, because that was one of my things always. I remember this one guy I dated who told me I didn't make enough money for him. He meant it as I didn't make enough money for him to work for that amount. Okay, it was not the way it hit me at the moment. And so I know at that point in time, it became, I can take care of myself if I need. You don't need to take care of me. And then the next guy after him thought I was a bank. And again, I became, I don't need somebody who's going to, I don't need anybody else. I can take care of myself. Financially, I can take care of myself. And this way, I don't have to deal with anybody else at night. And that's exactly what I've created. I live alone. I am not in the middle of a relationship. And I have plenty of money to take care of myself. I made that money. I became the rich person my parents wanted me to marry. Yeah. I became that. I created that reality. But what happens is we tend to focus on the parts of I don't have, I want more of this, I want more of this, I want less of this. That's what we do. And so in this conversation, it was, we have to recognize we have created this. Somewhere in the past, probably 4 or 5 years ago, we started wishing for these things. We started praying for these things. We started saying these things out loud, or even in our heads, that we wanted. wanted to be alone. I wanted to be able to take care of myself. I wanted a pet that didn't take a lot of effort. He doesn't like to play. I mean, I'm telling you, I have bought things for this cat to play with, and sat here. He looks at me for about 2 seconds, plays, bats it, and walks off. And it's like, okay. So, we do all these things, and like I said, we all start thinking then, but right now I want. But we have to acknowledge and accept the fact and embrace, more importantly, embrace that we created this and say thank you for it. As I did it, I started making a little list. And this page is my list of I created this life, and I started writing thank you for. And it's, see if I can read it. Can't read it without these. I was like, thank you for letting me live in my blue jeans and t-shirts. Thank you for the mom time. Thank you for all my Disney stuff around me. Because, the last guy I went out with, he did tease me about it. So, yeah. Don't need him in my life. Thank you for letting me sleep late. Thank you for letting me stay up as late as I want to without worrying about getting up the next day. Thank you for not having to set an alarm. Thank you for the travel opportunities, for not having to go to Memphis all the time this year. Last year, I went to Memphis every other month to see my aunt. And I was kind of toward the end of the year like, oh, I don't want to do this every 2 months next year. I've been once this year because she went into memory care in September of 23. I did go up in November of 23. I went up in September to help move her to memory care. Went up in November for her birthday. And this is the only time I've been this year was for her birthday. Because I can't stay with her in memory care. I stayed with her, And even though I have cousins in Memphis, I don't stay with any of them. So, I'm in a hotel and everything. So I'm not going to Memphis to go to Memphis and go to Graceland. I was going to see her. So I don't stay with her. So it's like I don't go as often. Because I can't stay. It was things like that. And so I realized like I said, I did create all this. I know I'm really excited talking about this because we just got off the phone a little while ago. I'm really excited. And we're going to talk about this some more because then I started thinking about what I want in my life. After I embraced that I created this and I started saying thank you for it. Because here's the thing, I've said this so many times, we have to be grateful. If we're not grateful for what God and his magnificent universe has given us, why would he want to give us more? It's not that I think he's being stingy or being, hey, you didn't say thank you, but it's like, well, this is what you wanted and you're either complaining about it or you're asking for more without ever acknowledging that what you have is what you wanted. So when we acknowledge it, when we embrace it, when we say thank you, then we can start saying, okay, now I would like, because we're moving into a new season. It might be 3 weeks later, but we're moving into a new season. We're moving into a new. Thank you, Leanne. We're moving into a new year. So Monday, December 30th at 7:30. I'm offering at 7:30 Eastern. I'm doing Reflect, Renew, and Rise. We're going to reflect on 2024. We're going to plan for 2025. And we're going to talk about this. And I'm going to take you through, I think I have lipstick on my teeth. I'm going to take you through a 10 or 12, 10 or 15 minute meditation where you focus on what you want to bring into your life after you acknowledge and say thank you for everything else. So if you would like information about that, please comment below and let me know that you want information about that. There is an event, up there someplace, someplace in the scroll, or just go up to the events above, and there is an event created. So if you just go there and click going, you'll be sure to get the information and you'll be able to get the replay if you can't make it, because I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be awesome. Maybe not as awesome as the 6-week program I'm going to do in January, but it's going to be awesome. So do that, because that's free, December 30th, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, all free. And I think it's just going to be great. So we're going to talk about what you want in your future so that you can start creating it. Because I'm making a list because, like I said, we create the reality that we have. Somewhere in our past, we dreamed about this, wished for it, prayed for it, and we created it. It may have taken 4 or 5 years. But if we do it with intention, it's going to come a whole lot faster. I mean, I know you've heard of dream boards and vision boards and so many other things. And we may say thank you for things that we put on our vision boards because that's something we're focusing on, I want. But the other stuff, we tend to forget that we wanted it because we may now have it in an abundance. I mean, when my dad first passed, I had spending time with my mom in abundance. Um, I was at her house after he passed for that almost the first year. I'd say at least the first 8 or 10 months. I was there for 8 to 12 hours a day. I got nothing done in my own life because I was there from about an hour after I woke up until about an hour before I went to bed. I was with my mom because she couldn't stand being alone. And luckily, I've weaned her off that. It doesn't take that much time, but I think that became an overabundance of what I had. And that's when I started, I think, wishing for some alone time. Love my mom, but, that much time with any human being, any one human being, is difficult, especially when they don't want to do anything. It's not like she wanted to go shopping. It's not like she wanted to, go anywhere except maybe send me off to get something for lunch because she didn't want to go anywhere. So that's, I think, when I started thinking about the alone time and then not talking to people. And that's what I've created. So I'm grateful for it. I'm very grateful for it. It's been wonderful, but I'm ready to make some changes. So that's what we're going to talk about on Monday, December 30th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. It's so hard to believe that it's going to be December 30th. It's so hard to believe. Today is December 18th. My brother's birthday is the 23rd. Then we have Christmas Eve and Christmas. And then we have this on December 30th. And then it's New Year's Eve. And then it's 2025. I don't know about you, but I never thought I'd live to see 2025. So it's an amazing thing. So anyway, that's all I wanted to tell you was that acknowledge it, accept it, embrace it, be grateful for what you've created already, and then let's set some intentions to create even better stuff, what you want with intention in your life. So if you want to be there on Monday, December 30th at 7:30 p.m., comment below. And if you're watching the replay, give me a #replay. And I will see you next time. Amen. I feel like I've preached. Thank you, Lisa. I feel like I've been doing some preaching. Lisa and Leanne, thank you so much for being here. Those of you watching the replay, thank you so much for watching the replay. And I will see you sometime tomorrow. I don't know what time, and I'm not sure what I'm going to be talking about at this point, but I will see you tomorrow because I'm going to go live every day, Monday through Friday this week, and probably Christmas week too. Why not? Yeah. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.